Solving college algebra, topic 4.2. Solving the polynomial x to the fourth minus 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 equals 0. Okay, first we'll find all the possible rationals. So x will be b over a. B stands for the last constant. A stands for the first coefficient. So the last constant is 2 without the sign. The first coefficient is 1. Now, all the factors of 2 will be 1. 1 goes into 2. So you have 1 over 1. So this gives you other possibilities, which comes from the factors. And if those don't work, we can change the signs. Alright, so let's start off with 1 and see if this is a solution. So I'm going to use synthetic division to put 1 into all the x's here and see if it gives me 0. So the coefficients for x to the fourth is 1. The coefficient for x to the third is 0. The coefficient for x squared is negative 2. The coefficient for x is negative 3. And the last constant is negative 2. Alright, so everything above the line, we're going to add it to the top line. Everything below, we're going to multiply it by the the positive 1 there. So start off with 0. 1 and 0 makes 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 0 and 1 make 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 2 and 1 is negative 1. And negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Negative 3 and negative 1 is negative 4. And negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 2 and negative 4 is negative 6. This is not 0. Therefore, this cannot be a solution. Now let's change the sign. Let's go for a negative 1 and see if that works. Okay, once again, we start off with 0 below. And 1 added to 0 is 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. 0 added to negative 1 is negative 1. And negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. A negative 2 and a positive 1 make negative 1. A negative 1 times a negative 1 is positive 1. A negative 3 and a positive 1 is a negative 2. And a negative 2 times a negative 1 is positive 2. And a negative 2 and a positive 2 makes 0. So we do have 0 here, which is great. So it means that this is a solution. Okay, now you notice that our polynomial here, this represents a third power polynomial. Because we began with 4 power, this is only down to the third power. So I'm going to keep the process up. So I'm going to choose another number in here. We've already chosen 1 and negative 1. Let's choose 2 this time. And let's put the 2 here on these right here. So the 1, the negative 1, the negative 1, the negative 2 here. So x equals 2. Let's try it again. So again, 0 here. 1 and 0 is 1. 1 times 2, let's move that up a little bit. 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 1 and 2 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 1 and 2 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And negative 2 and 2 is 0. So we got another 0 here. So that means that this is a solution. So we've got 2 solutions. And with those 2 solutions, we're looking for a total of 4 because of the x to the 4th power. The 4th power tells us a total of 4 solutions, and we found 2 of them. This is now down to a quadratic. 1x squared plus 1x plus 1. And we're going to set this equal to 0 and solve for 2 more solutions. Now, since this is a quadratic, we can solve this by using the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula, we have a is 1, b is 1, and c is 1. So the opposite of b would be negative 1 plus or minus the square root of b, which is 1 squared, minus 4, times a is 1, and c is going to be 1, all over 2 times 1. Alright, so when I begin simplifying this, we're going to get negative 1 plus or minus negative 1 squared is 1, and negative 4 times 1 times 1 is negative 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, from there, I'm going to get negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 3. Now, the negative does come out of here as an I, so this becomes negative 1 plus or minus I, and then the square root of 3 over 2. And so this breaks up into 2 answers. One answer is x equals -1/2 plus I square root of 3 over 2. And the second answer is -1/2 minus I square root of 3 all over 2. So those are your 4 answers. Here, 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 and here. These two are rational, and these two, because they contain the I, these are complex answers.